introduziu agora do because last time I said that the environmental environmental activism então eu assim essa CPM commission commission CP sana no wala sana
أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور انفسنا ومن سيئات اعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له واشهد ان لا اله الا الله وحده لا شريك له واشهد ان محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم يا ايها الذين امنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن الا وانتم مسلمون يا ايها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحده وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والارحام ان الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا ايها الذين امنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا يصلح لكم اعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما اما بعد. And we praise Allah, we praise Him, we seek His aid, His guidance, and His forgiveness. We seek Allah's refuge from the evil within our own souls and the consequences of our evil deeds. Whoever Allah guides, none can lead astray. And whoever is allowed to be led astray, none can guide. I bear witness that there is no deity worthy of worship except Allah, and that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is his servant, his messenger, and the last prophet. Allah says in the Quran, O you who believe, be conscious of Allah, at-taqwa, in a way that is befitting of Him, and die not except as Muslims. He subhanahu wa ta'ala says, O mankind, be conscious of your guardian Lord, who created you from a single soul, and from him created his mate, and from them spread many men and women. Be conscious of your Lord, the mutual relations, the unity, the man mutual rights, and do not cut off the ties of kinship, Verily, Allah is ever a watch over you. Inna Allah kana alaykum rahima. Allah says, "O you who believe, be conscious of Allah and always speak a word of truth. He will rectify your affairs and forgive your sins." He will rectify your affairs and forgive your sins. And whoever obeys Allah and His Messenger has indeed achieved a great success. Brothers and sisters in Islam, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, we have completed a month of Ramadan. And as we reflect upon the completion of the month, one of the things that we should try to do is sustain as much as we can. Sustain righteousness. Sustain salah. Sustain Quran. Fast. Right? Mondays, Thursdays, 6 days of Shawwal. Read little white nights. We should strive to do what we can after Ramadan. We've built up some momentum. We want to strive to attain, keep the top what we attained, keep the connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala we attained, and also keep that momentum. And one of the ways we do that is with dua. In today's khutbah, we're going to focus on dua, its importance and significance in Islam. Al-Khattabi, rahimahullah ta'ala, said, the meaning of dua is the servant is asking his Lord for his help and asking for his continued support. It is the essence that a person shows his neediness to Allah and frees himself from any power or ability to change a thing. So call Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ibn al-Qayyim, rahimahullah ta'ala, the great scholar, said dua is asking what is of benefit to the person and asking the removal of what is harming him or the repelling of it. And Nu'man ibn Bashir relates that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, dua is worship. Dua is about ibadah. So dua in Islam forms a pillar to the religion. And if you look at in the Quran, you look at the stories of the prophets in the Quran, Nuh alayhi salam, Ibrahim alayhi salam, Musa alayhi salam, Isa alayhi salam, Yunus alayhi salam. What were they all doing? Every time they found difficulty, they called Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Many examples. Allah says in the Quran, وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمْ ادْعُونِي أَسْتَجِبْ لَكُمْ إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يَسْتَكْبِرُونَ عَنْ عِبَادَتِي سَيَدْخُلُونَ جَهَنَّمَ دَاخِرِينَ. So in this verse, Allah gives a command. وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمْ ادْعُونِي is a command. He commands you, invoke me, call upon me, and I'll respond to your call. And He subhanahu wa ta'ala says, those who neglect my worship, they will surely remain in hell humiliated. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us that the people who will call on Him are the people who end up in Jahannam. May Allah protect us from that. So one of the prerequisites to entering Jannah is what? Connecting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, calling Him, and He orders us to do it. So the ulama say this is further evidence that dua is ibadah, dua is worship, and the person who does not call on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is arrogant. Because we that we were in control. We're the reason why we woke up this morning. We start to believe that we're the reason why we got out of bed. We start to convince ourselves that we're the reason that we were able to go to work and earn our livelihood. We start to convince ourselves that. But it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the ulama point and say from this one noble ayah that the person who does not call Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is arrogant. And this also points to another point that dua is directly related to aqidah. Dua, when properly understood, can increase iman in 4 ways. Dua can increase iman in 4 ways. The first one, the person who calls on Allah is recognizing that it is Allah that is in control of their destiny. So yes, you go, you wanted that new job, you put the uniform on, right? You put the nice suit on, get your hair clipped, you practice. But how many times have you done something really well and you did not get the result? Because it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who is in control of your destiny. So the first thing, dua is a recognition of that. Number 2, it shows that we recognize that we are needy. See, we are weak. We are weak. And we are in constant need of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I was talking to one of the brothers who works at the hospital, and he said one of the most amazing things working at the hospital is when someone comes into the hospital and they can no longer go to the restroom. Their body won't work anymore. They realize how weak they are. So dua is a reminder, what? That we need Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is out of need of us. Number 3, the person who makes dua is evidence that they believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in control and He hears all things. And number 4, the person appreciates and realizes the perfect names and attributes of Allah. So the ulama say that the dua is practicing and affirming tawheed, right? Because by making dua, calling Allah, you are singling Him out, you are confirming His oneness, His might, His majesty, and His perfection. Allahu Akbar. And Allah says in the Quran, وَمَنْ أَضَلُّ مِمَّنْ يَدْعُو مِنْ دُونِ اللَّهِ من لا يستجيب له إلى يوم القيامة وهم عن دعائهم غافلون. And who is more astray than the one who calls besides Allah, such as will not answer him till the day of resurrection, and who are unaware of the cause of him. And this is one of the primary distinctions between the Muslim and the non-Muslim. Look around, the people call on everything but Allah. They call on Jesus. They call on the statues. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reminding us here, dua should be directed to Him. He is the one you call. And this is one of the many beautiful, but one of the important things about Islam. Islam singles out creation to rely solely on the Creator for the outcome. And the ulama say that there are 2 types of dua. One is dua al-mas'ala, the dua of asking. This is what we usually talk about when we think about dua, right? Oh Allah, please help me get this new job. Oh Allah, I'm sick. Help me to get well. Oh Allah, I'm struggling with my marriage. Oh, help me to improve my marriage. Dua al-mas'ala, the dua of asking. This is when you ask Allah to give you of something of benefit and remove something upon it. This is good. But the ulama say that there's also dua al-ibadah. And that is a dua is very comprehensive. And this includes any type of worship that involves invoking or remembering Allah. So that includes salah, zikr, and other forms of worship. And from this, the ulama say there are 4 types of people. The first person is the one who constantly does the dua of al-mas'ala and the dua of al-ibadah. They do both constantly throughout the day. What does this mean? That means they combine asking with worship. This person is the true example. And this is the person upon the way of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Why? Because he sallallahu alaihi wasallam was always praising and calling on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When he woke up, he called on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When he got out of the bed, he called on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When he put on his clothes, subhanahu wa ta'ala, he called on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When he mounted his beast, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he called on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When he left his home, he called on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the true Muslim, in between the 5 pillars, right? So we have to think about the 5 pillars. When you're praying, for instance, you call Allah, you praise Him. In between that, you should still be filling your day calling Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is the one who follows the Prophet in totality. The second is the person who lets both types of dua. And this is the characteristic of the disbelievers. May Allah protect us from that. These are the people who don't call Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They don't pray. They don't make dua. The third is the one who does all of his ibadat, but he is left off dua in his other parts of his life. This person, for instance, is the one who gets so caught up in his life that he forgets about the spiritual aspects of Islam. Alhamdulillah, he's still Muslim. He prays his pillars, he gives his zakah, he may read some Quran here and there, but throughout his day, when he's at work, there's no remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When he's in his home outside those 5 pillars, there's no remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When he's out and about, there's no remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Or this is the person who has incorrectly come to believe that by asking Allah for help, it suggests that he is not content with Allah's decree. Sometimes people say this, well, if I ask for Allah's help, does that mean I'm not content with his decree? No, don't think that. Even if you're content with Allah's decree, always ask him. Even if you're satisfied, even if you have a good job, always ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even if your car is brand new, and you're sure, and you have new tires, and you just changed the oil, and you're certain that this car is going to make it to work, always ask Allah, make dua, and ask him. Always ask him, even if you believe that you have taken all of the precautions. And the fourth category is the person who ignores the dua of worship, lazy with their worship, makes salah when it's convenient, gives a little sadaqah when it's convenient. But when they find themselves in trouble, they call on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is the characteristic of Shaitan. May Allah protect us from that. Right? He thought he was self-sufficient. He didn't obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala regarding Adam alayhi salam. And then when he realized Allah was going to throw him in hell, he said, oh Allah, give me a respite. Ya Allah. And this is the one who, when they travel, they don't pay the 2 rakah. They don't make any dua for their travel. Right? They get on the plane. It starts to rumble. Oh, Allah. This is the one who, the day of the travel, didn't even pray Fajr. Right? Well, they get on the plane and there's turbulence. Oh, Allah. See? We don't want to be like that person. We want to be like the person who combines dua al-mas'ala with dua al-ibadah. We want to be the people on the pattern of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam who remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala day and night. Allah says in the Quran, وإذا سألك عبادي عني فإني قريب أجيب دعوة الداعي إذا دعاني فليستجيبوا لي وليؤمنوا بي لعلهم يرشدون. And when my slaves ask concerning me, indeed I am near. I respond to the call of his supplicant when he calls me. So let them obey me and let them believe in me so that they may be led to the right path. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم واستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه. So you may be asking, well, listen, I'm good. I prayed my Ramadan. I fasted in Ramadan. I made Tawheed. I'm good. I'm good. Why does it matter that I'm in that first category of the person who combines dua al-mas'ala and dua al-ibadah? That is because dua has many benefits. The first, as I mentioned in the verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is close to the one who constantly calls him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is close to the one who calls him. The second is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that dua repels Allah's anger. In an authentic narration, Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu said that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, verily, the person who does not ask Allah, Allah gets angry with him. It's related in Tirmidhi and Sahih Jami. So Allah, why does Allah get angry with you? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in control of all things, and you are his slave. He's in control of all things, and you are just his slave. And he is your master. He is in control of all things. He is the most powerful, the almighty, the all-knowing, the all-wise. How do you know that? How do you say that and not call on him? How do you say that and rely on the creation instead of relying on the creator? Dua is a cure for both spiritual and physical diseases. Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah ta'ala says, dua is the most beneficial of cures, and it is the enemy to all diseases. It fights them and cures them and prevents their occurrence and causes them to be raised up or reduced after its occurrence. Dua is the weapon of the believer. So yes, take your medicine. Stay in good shape. Listen to your doctor. But don't forget about dua. Dua is the only act that can change qadr. Is the only act that can change qadr. The Prophet ﷺ said, whoever the door of dua has been opened for, all of the doors of mercy have been opened for him. And nothing more is more pleasing to Allah that he be asked of things that are granted than good health. Dua is a benefit to the matters that have occurred and that are yet to occur. So I advise you, O servants of Allah, make dua. So if you want good qadr, make a lot of dua. And in the related hadith, the The Prophet ﷺ said, nothing repels al-qadr except dua. Meaning that if you want to get in, make dua. Make dua if you want to get in. You want business, make dua, call on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we'll close with some of the factors that aid in dua. What are some things that you can do to increase the likelihood that your dua will be accepted? The first is ikhlas, sincerity. We have to have sincerity when we call on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the second is to expect the best of Allah. Think of Yaqub alayhi salam and Yusuf. And how Yaqub alayhi salam, this the ulama say, he exhibited sabrun jameel. Amazing story that we don't have enough time for. But he had already lost his son Yusuf alayhi salam. SubhanAllah. And his sons took Binyamin, right? And then Binyamin didn't come back. And Yaqub alayhi salam, he was still asking about Yusuf. He was saying, what's wrong with you? He was asking about his son. He never gave up hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Think about Ibrahim alayhi salam. The people built a fire to the sky. And the fire was so hot, they had to get a catapult. They built a catapult. And they catapulted Ibrahim alayhi salam into the fire. And he called upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah made the fire cool. Think about Musa alayhi salam. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took the children of Israel, and Musa alayhi salam is trying to escape. He's trying to escape. And Pharaoh and his Junub is behind him. And he calls upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he said, he just stopped, and it's good to see. Allah. So what did we find? Think about Yunus alayhi salam. He's swallowed by the whale and taken in darkness and darkness and darkness. And he called upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he was left, he was free. What is Allah telling you in these stories? And why does Allah keep repeating the stories over and over and over? So perhaps you'll get the message. Perhaps you'll get the message. Expect the best from your Lord. No matter how dark the situation gets, he can change the situation. You see the situation in Palestine. See the situation in Yemen. All over the world you see problems. Syria. What can you do? You don't have that much money. You don't have no power. You can make dua. That's not a sign of weakness. All right, brother, talking about making dua. Not a sign of weakness. If all you can do is help your brothers in Palestine make dua day and night. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in control of the affair. The third thing you can do to help your dua is to do many good deeds before and after the dua. The Prophet ﷺ said, make the orphan come close to you and be nice to him and wipe his head and feed him your food. That will cause your heart to be soft and your needs to be fulfilled. So from this, the ulama say, the good deeds, your needs that you call for to be fulfilled are connected to the good deeds. And amongst the good deeds that you can do to help your dua is to be righteous to your parents. Umar ibn al-Khattab said, I heard the Prophet ﷺ say, there will come to you Uwais ibn Amir with some people from Yemen. He is from the tribe of Merab. He was afflicted with leprosy, except for one part, the size of a dirham. He has a mother to whom he was very dutiful. And if he were to swear by Allah, Allah will fulfill his oath. And if you were able to ask him to make dua on your behalf, then Allah would do this, forgive you. So why was this man given such a high status from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Even though he had leprosy and he was sick, he was dutiful to his mother. And on account of that, Allah, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, told the Sahaba to ask his man to make dua for you. SubhanAllah. And the final thing is if you do wrong, repent. Repent. Make tawbah. Make tawbah. Acknowledge you're wrong and then sincerely call Allah. So in closing, alhamdulillah, we have finished this month of Ramadan. And the dunya is calling us. The dunya is calling us. Jobs are calling us back. Schools are calling us back. Our business ventures are calling us back. And we have to make a lot of efforts to stay connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala now that the month is in. And one of the ways that we can do that is dua. So don't forget about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Be among those who call him day and night. Be among those who recognize his might and his majesty. Be among those who recognize that he is in charge of all affairs. Be among those who recognize that none of our success is solely the result of our efforts, but that our success is derived from calling upon him. So may Allah make us among those who call upon him day and night. And may Allah make us among those whose dua is accepted. And may Allah make us among those who strive to be righteous throughout the whole year. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا أفرغ علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. أقم الصلاة.
حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين الضالين آمين. سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى فجعله غثاء أحوى سنقرئك فلا تنسى إلا ما شاء الله إنه يعلم الجهر وما يخفى لليسرى فذكر إن نفعت الذكرى سيذكر من يخشى ويتجنبها الأشقى الذي يصلى النار الكبرى ثم لا يموت فيها ولا يحيا قد أفلح من تزكى وذكر اسم ربه فصلى بل تؤثرون الحياة الدنيا والآخرة خير وأبقى إن هذا لفي الصحف الأولى صحف إبراهيم وموسى. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Just a quick announcement, inshallah. The next Friday, inshallah, we can start our Friday lunch. So if we do it and Saturday lunch. We have the paper over there, inshallah. Also, anyone who cannot donate last week, if you need to donate, inshallah, we have the paper to finish. And I just need to give you some small things about the khutba in Somali, inshallah. Anyone who doesn't understand in Somali language. The khutba ما تكون خمسة دعاء خمسة. وكان الإمام دعاء هذه الليلة أخذ الغيبي وكانت قوات عليه الصلاة والسلام وهذا كانوا جيفناي وساعي وكل حلاي وكل شيء وكل ما تستعي ودعاء سنين مثل ضد كان يعني قال المساقات مساقات قال بدعاء سنين مركز كان مجد كذا على عبدين بيجي دعاء سنين ضد الزحف مساقات مساقات إمام كان مركي جدا كان فيه ودعسنا حاكم بدأ الشيطان مركو أكل إنه يعني آدم ودين وسلام وإلهي سعدنا وإلهي السجن أيضا أحضنه فنفا وضدك مركي يعني مركي هوا سمعنا ومركي هذا الدعيس مركي هذا الدعيس تاسنا لو بعض الشيطان إنه متأكاسنا بدأ فرق واجباتك وتصالح وسوقاتك النبي يوسف سوقاتي مركو أبي سيكلمه ولن يعقل ويس كلمه ما كفكر ويل كيرا كفكر ويل يوسف كمان عن مدين دعاء المسلمين سوقات بالله إبراهيم ما تذكر الرسول تذكر الرسول دعاء الله قل يا الله كل بلد وسلام على إبراهيم يعني ما تقول إن عن تذكر بذلك إنه يجلس بالكرسي الزحات وسوقات لله موسى متخبص بنا يعني وين فضل يقول فرعون يطلب اسمه الصغير سوق بالبال وسوقات لله يونس مركوحوت بالجيل لا اله الا انت سبحانك اني كنت من الظالمين يعني الدعاء يعني ومثل مهم وقال سوقات ايات القران تقول لا الهي ادعوني استجيب لكم اني قريب مركوح سوقاتي يعني قدوم لي مركي دعاء كله يمسك له ما كسر الى تونس وكله يأتى وجونا بالدعاء الله ان شاء الله السلام عليكم ورحمه الله
السلام عليكم.
لا أبي أصلها إلي أبي أصلها
Something like that, but like you
What did you do?
You must watch your.
Yeah, you must break it.
No, I do a guru high school. Chego ya nan. Then we start guru high school. We don't want your problems.
Look out for me. I look out for you.
All right.
Sound like. Oh, I need to know. Okay. Yeah. We all made it. You had your cape on. You was out early.